All right, so this video is in continuation to the previous video I made where I taught how you can actually put your stop losses to avoid getting stopped out early. And if you actually watch that video, which is actually the last video I dropped in my channel, which is this particular one over here that says fix stop loss mistakes, right? So if you go ahead and watch that video, you're gonna see exactly where I actually made a video about this particular situations. We actually use the Euro USD pair in that content, right? I told you guys exactly what was gonna happen on this particular pair, and if you go ahead and watch that video, you're gonna see that what I actually predicted has fulfilled over here, right? So I basically said I'm gonna go long, right, while making sure that my stop loss is well over under here. And guess what happened? It did come over here, tried to go down, and then finally took off to the upward direction. I explained every single thing that actually caused that and how you can actually stop or mitigate that risk, right? Now, what I want to do in this video, because this particular setup has also popped up right here, and I think this is a very important point to talk about, right? So, you know, when you look at this, most people are gonna say this is an uptrend, okay? And for real, it's an uptrend. If you look at it, we have higher highs and higher lows. Every single thing is pointing to an uptrend. And people are going to tell you that, okay, look at over here, the market has come and tested this region and so on and so forth, right? Yes, you might be correct, actually. This could still be an uptrend. But the question is this the right time to enter the market? Well, this is actually what I'm going to be answering in this video. So if you actually want to know exactly what the answer is and how to actually know exactly what the answer will be in the future, kindly go ahead and stick around to the end of this content and do not skip any single part of the video because you might miss a vital information. All right, so before go ahead and continue, guys, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. My name is Emmanuel, and in this channel I talk about how to make money online. I specifically go into cryptocurrency. Sometimes I dabble into online marketing and stuff like that. But over here, we deal most generally on how to make money online and, you know, how you can actually become a successful trader. So if you're a person who loves trading tips, if you're a person who loves doing cryptocurrency or Forex trading, or let's say you're also interested in online marketing, like doing things like selling clothes and stuff like that online, you can also go ahead and join us on this channel because from time to time I drop very valuable information that you most likely gonna have to pay a lot of money for if you actually want to go ahead and purchase a course tutoring these things. Okay, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to go ahead and share this video with your friends. Okay, so go ahead and do that. It's gonna help them a lot, very, very much. Okay, so now back to the question, EUR/USD. Like I said, guys, if you actually want to know exactly what I talked about this particular content in my previous video, go ahead and watch this particular video right here that says fix stop loss mistakes. Okay, so if you watch that, you can see that the video actually has up to 16 minutes over here that I talked about it. Okay, so if you watch that content, you'll be able to have a more in-depth understanding of what this whole thing is all about. Okay, so the question now is this the right time to enter this market or not? Well, I'm going to answer you in a simple term. The simple term is no. Now, I wanted to say something, but I decided to just keep it as simple as possible. The simple term is no. And you might ask me, okay, so what do you mean by no? What do you mean, like, why do you say that this is not the right time to enter this market? Okay, now let me show you something. Okay, so if you look at this market right here, right, we have an obvious point of price interest. This particular range over here is an obvious point of price interest. And if you take a proper look at this as well and go back, you kind of see there was actually a place of resistance over here, which has eventually turned into a place of support, but still the price is currently sitting on that support. Now, this is going to make a lot of people say, yes, this proves our point that the market is going to go long. Now, here's the thing. Here's my deal when it comes to trading. If you actually watched my previous video, you hear exactly where I said, don't be greedy. Now, I'm not going to tell you to enter a trade or not to enter a trade. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that whatever makes you enter a trade here, make sure your stop loss is way below this point, right? You can give it a bit of margin if you want to. Now, if you want to be on a safer side as well, make sure your stop loss is way below this margin. Now, how you do this is up to you. You can decide to be a patient trader. Now, being a patient trader could mean that you miss out this trade because the trade might not really come down to this point or come down to any point here. It might just decide to start going up, right? It could mean you miss out that trade, but it could also mean that you take as minimum risk as possible and make as maximum profit as possible. So whichever one you decide to do is up to you, right? So as a patient trader, all you have to do is not do anything for now. Just set your alarm, maybe set your alarm somewhere here, right? And once the market comes over here and start reacting to go up, you go ahead and enter your trade, put stop losses somewhere here, and take profit above the previous high. Which, if you look at this, this is a cool 4:1 risk to reward ratio. You can see that over here. This particular trade or setup is very likely to enter profit. If I have to be honest with you, it's very likely. But there's also a very high chance that it will not even get triggered in the first place. Now, if you want to be extra safe, your stop loss has to be below this point. Now, this reduces you to 2.27:1 risk to reward ratio. Let's just call that 2:1 risk to reward ratio. Now, this actually gives you a more, let me reduce this more. Okay, yeah. Let's leave it here, 2:1 risk to reward ratio. Now, this actually gives you a more chance of survival in this market, meaning that you are less likely to get stopped out in this particular market once this market gets triggered at this point. Now, should you decide to go ahead and enter the market because you do not want to wait, you're an impatient trader, right? And then you go ahead and take your trade right here at this point. What happens? It puts you at 1:1 risk to reward ratio. Now, if this market truly has decided to start reversing, you will lose 100% of what you would have gained if it had gone to your direction. But if it goes to your direction, you will gain 100% of what you would have lost if it goes against you. Now, some market might be way much of a bad deal than this. Some market could be a better deal than this. But at the end of the day, this is what you get as an impatient trader, right? But at least you do not stand a chance of not getting into the market at all. So you get to choose one. Are you a patient trader or are you an impatient trader? So some of you are going to ask me, okay, so why did you actually bring this entire trade here? That is because I am speculating that this price you're seeing over here is going to hit somewhere here, or maybe somewhere here, or maybe somewhere here. Just somewhere generally around this point. I'm just speculating that this price is going to come down somewhere here. So I'm making sure that by the time it comes here, I'm in the market. So if it goes down over here and does whatever you want to do, it will still continue going to my direction at the upper part, right? And then I'll end up making quite a good amount of money from this. Okay, so that is basically the speculation. And here's the thing, okay? I know that some of you are going to be like, so why exactly do you think the market's going to come over here? Now, again, this is where I'm going to say, why don't you watch the previous video? It's going to answer your answer in detail. But just for a quick review, we have prices reacting over here, and we have people who we call the big banks. These guys profits or they live off liquidating small accounts. Now, with whatever that is happening over here, a lot of small accounts are pushing buys. If you're a trader, if you've been a trader for a long time, you will know. A lot of small accounts are pushing buys. And just so you know, this is a higher time frame. This is 4 hours time frame. So this means that this particular point over here is solid. This is a solid market reacting over here. People are pushing buys right here. Now, most of the time, or a lot of the time, what happens is that these big guys come over here. They crash the market, liquidate all the small accounts, and then the market takes off. And of course, I'm very, very certain that once the market continues in uptrend, it's going to hit this particular point and break through, because this is the previous high. And obviously, if it continues, it's even likely to even break through and go for the high. I mean, if you have to think about it logically, right? But that's just up to you. I don't like to take unnecessary risks, right? I only take calculated risks, which is why I keep it close, right, over here. So you can just bring it over there. And also I trail my stop loss as well. So as the higher I go, the more I trail my stop losses. So basically, that's actually the whole ideology behind this. Remember, we are not breaking any trading rule. Number one, we are making sure we are going with the trend. We are never trading against the trend. Number two, we are using a high time frame to make sure that the market signal is solid. And number three, we are waiting for these guys to get liquidated, because it's only after they get liquidated that we have a chance of fighting. If not, we do not have a chance of fighting to make this profit. What do you think about this content? Is it even relatable to you in any way? Have you ever lost money like this and wondering why you lost that money? Well, if you have, this is exactly why, and this is how to mitigate that loss. And yeah, if you actually learned something at all, or you enjoyed this content in any way, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up. And don't forget, guys, we span through different sectors of online making money, right? We do not focus solely on crypto or Forex. We do other things as well. So make sure to go ahead and subscribe, because it's gonna we're definitely going to cover something that you are interested in this channel, and it's going to help you quite a lot.